Hi, I'm Jason Houtsma, guitar instructor for worshipartistry.com. This week over in our Facebook guitar group, a lot of people are asking me for some ideas, things that they could play around with while they're stuck home with in quarantine, things to kind of push them with their lead work. And, you know, outside of working on songs, there's always things that we can do to kind of spice things up. I always really encourage you to do those kinds of things. And so I thought I'd maybe start a little series here about just some ideas, things that can spark some creativity. And so today, I don't have any names for these techniques, but there's just different things I picked up over time that work really well and you can kind of get creative with. And in this case, we're going to be doing kind of a triplet feel with our lead work, and we're going to be doing it droning on an open string. So we're going to be plucking, pulling off, and doing it. It's going to sound like this. That's the main idea. And honestly, you've probably done this before, but we're going to kind of look at some different ways in which we can do it. So first, here's the main idea. We're essentially working off of in this case, I'm using the E. So if I have a song that's in the key of E, that's going to be my root note. And then I'm plucking on a scale note, pulling off and plucking. And then I can use that with any note on the scale. So the easiest way to think about it is if you're familiar with your scale steps. You know, you have your open, which would be your one. Your two note is a whole step, half, whole, half. And then you can do it again. Right? So in that case, to do it just kind of nice and slowly, working your way through. Any of those notes can work, and so you can kind of work within a stuff like that. Now, you can do that on each one of those, on every string that you've got, as long as you're in that key. So for example, if you're in B, same thing works. All the same changes work, same thing with the G. When you get lower on the notes, kind of with the key of D, kind of a little bit more of a rock tone, same thing with the A. Now where it gets fun, so that's kind of the basic idea. Now where it gets fun is when we can actually start incorporating other strings. So for example, in the key of E, both my E and my B are in the key of E, right? And so rather than pulling and plucking again on the open, I can pull off and then come up on the B string. So I get a kind of cool stuff. Same thing works in the key of G, because G and B. So the thing that works with that one, it would go. So if you think about where your key of G is, you're starting on your third with the B. So same thing with the D. Play around within those scales to make those things work. Now, cool idea, a lot of fun to play around with. You can come up with some cool melodies. It's kind of the basic idea around something like Thunderstruck, right? Thunderstruck has that same, but he's actually picking it, and it's super awesome. So ways that you can use this in worship or in any other playing that you're doing. It's a great opportunity, just kind of in between scales, if you've got some space in a song. But there's some really fun things that you can do with that. You can also kind of start songs that way. A lot of times I'll do, if I have a song in the key of E, I will find a riff that kind of has just a... start into whatever song I'm doing. So it's kind of a nice little interlude that can be used. A lot of fun things you can do with it. Nothing too super complicated, but hopefully it's something to just kind of inspire you to play your guitar, try out some different things, and see what comes out of your fingers.